Hey everyone, this is Paralympian Jake Templeton here, and for this week's swimming video, as opposed to showing clips of swimming, I'm doing more of an information and theory-based video. And today I'm going to be talking about flexibility or mobility and strength and its relationship with swimming. Now, firstly, in relation to mobility. Now, people think quite often that the more mobile you are, the better you're going to be at swimming. Now, this can somewhat be true, but keeping in mind that everybody is different, you might have one person, for example, that is extremely mobile and not really that strong at all, that can swim amazingly because they've got great body position, great technique, great awareness of where their limbs are in the water. You could have somebody that has the exact same mobility and strength characteristics and traits, but just not be able to swim as well as person A. So purely because of skills and all the other things. So the first thing to remember is with swimming, there's so many different variables that make a swimmer or a good swimmer a good swimmer. So, but yes, in relation to flexibility and mobility, more of a mobile person might be able to hold water over a longer period of time. They may have better skills due to this because they can get into positions that perhaps somebody else that isn't that mobile, they may not be able to get into. And it can also help body position as well. For example, if you're kicking and if you have very tight hip flexors, then perhaps you might drop at the hips, or you might tuck your knees when swimming breaststroke, or drop your legs, for example, because of these tight muscles. So also with the pull and the catch, for example, if you're more mobile in your shoulders, in your internal rotators, you're probably going to be able to pull over a longer duration. You're going to be able to start in a better position and going to be able to get into those stronger type positions as opposed to just pulling and dropping the elbow because of lack of mobility. So going on to strength now. Now, people sometimes get strength and muscle size mixed up. Typically, the strongest guys in the world also have big muscles, but it doesn't mean that just because you're strong, it doesn't mean that you've got big muscles. So people quite often think that mobility and strength, you can only have one, or it's a continuum where if you're very strong, you're also very immobile. This is, it's true in a way, but this is more related to muscle size. If you've got the biggest muscles in the world, then there's probably a great chance that you're not going to be that mobile. But when it comes to strength, this is more about the quality of the muscle. It's not necessarily about how big the muscle is. So swimmers can be strong. They can train their strength in the gym, and the best swimmers in the world are always working on their mobility and their strength. But in relation to strength, it doesn't mean that you've got big muscles. And to be able to act on that propulsion and pull yourself through the water as best you can, you do need to have strength. But it isn't all about strength. It's about endurance, obviously. You do thousands of strokes within a workout at times, but it also is about power. It's about speed as well. So it's not all about strength, but when it comes to strength, that is one of the foundations of what you do in the strength and conditioning space. You're not going to go and do plyometrics or power first. You're going to work on your strength first. So being strong and being mobile are critical aspects of swimming, but it isn't all about this. Like I said, you have to be able to translate that then to the pool. That's something that I'm always working on. And you also have to work on the skills, the technique, that proprioceptive awareness of, am I overreaching when I'm in the water as opposed to keeping a nice straight body position and line with your stroke. So yes, being mobile and being strong can make you a better swimmer, but you need to be relevant, you need to be specific, and then you need to be able to translate it to the water. I hope this makes sense. If you have any requests for topics for next week's video relevant to swimming, obviously today was the relationship between mobility and strength and swimming. Please comment or give a like if you enjoyed this. Thanks very much. For more, go to my website, www.jacobtempleton.com. I've got a freebie on the homepage relevant to backstroke, but I hope you have a great week. Cheers.